Co-sleeping, is it right for you? For some people it is, for some people it isn't, and I wanted to help you find a way to work out if it is for you or not, if you're not sure. For some people, they're absolutely sure from the word go, they know exactly how they feel, they have justifiable reasons for what they choose, and that's fine. But for others, there's a real conflict inside of should I, shouldn't I don't know if I want to do this, or I don't know if I want to do this. So I'm going to give you 5 simple steps to figuring out if co-sleeping is for you or not for you. Number 1 is ask yourself why. Simple question. Why? Why are you co-sleeping? Who is it for? Are you co-sleeping because you like the cuddles and you want to? Whether your child sleeps better or not, it's something you just want. You want to do it, irrespective of what's best for your child or not. Is that why? Or is it because it's the only way your child will sleep soundly and you just think, I have to, really? Or, what does it achieve? Ask yourself that. What actually does it achieve? Do we sleep better? So ask yourself why you're choosing to co-sleep or why you're choosing not to co-sleep. That's the first clue. And if you ask yourself why, you're going to start to immediately get clues about who it's about more so. Is it about you? Is it about your child? It needs to be about both. That's not a trick question, but just ask yourself why. Second tip I have for you, it follows really nicely on because it's actually, does your family sleep better or worse when you co-sleep? Or however you choose to sleep. So for instance, if you are co-sleeping and nobody really sleeps anyway, so you're not really getting much sleep, nor is your child, it's a nightmare, but you do it anyway, then what's it achieving? Is it helping? It doesn't sound like it is. Or if the answer is, yeah, we all sleep better when we co-sleep, we all get more sleep, then that could be a good reason too. Or is it half and half? My child sleeps soundly, but I don't get a wink of sleep. In which case you're doing it entirely for your child, but you might be suffering as a consequence of that. And there could be a snowball effect from that with your sleep deprivation. So have a little consideration. If you had to, as an overall, look at whether you actually sleep better that way, or if you actually sleep better in your own sleep space, that again will give you the next clue as to what's right for you. So ask yourself that one. Third one for you, and this is of primary importance, by the way, is safety. And I couldn't not include this one in these 5 tips to figuring this out, because safety is actually the number 1 concern when it comes to co-sleeping. If people absolutely want to co-sleep, sleep better that way, it serves the family really, really well, then my only thing I would ever say in that case is just make sure it's safe. Just make sure your child is safe in that situation. Because there are various scenarios where children can be, rolled on, suffocation, pillows, all kinds of things, slip down into the bed. So just make sure that your child's safe, depending on their age and how exactly you're doing it. There are so many different ways, I know. So safety has got to be of number 1 importance. And the way in which this comes into your figuring out if co-sleeping is for you or not is how much that concerns you or worries you. If you feel confident that you are completely safe and it works fine, then you can tick that box as that's fine, I can do that, that's not a problem. If you're co-sleeping and you get to this point in your figuring things out and you go, yeah, that really does bother me and I lose sleep over that. I'm always worried and I don't sleep properly because I'm worried, is he or she safe? And if it's a big concern and a bit of a stress factor, then that could be a good reason not to. So safety is a really important piece, but it's also a really good piece in figuring out if it's for you or not. Number 4 for you is the all-important word for anything really, and that is consistency. There can't be any one-offs. When it comes to co-sleeping, you either do it or you don't. And that's something I think a lot of parents struggle with, and that's one of the key things in your decision-making process, because if you're a parent who wants to co-sleep when you want to, but not when you don't want to, then you've got to pick one. You really do. Unfortunately, you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't have the cuddles and the enjoyment of it when it suits you, but deny your child your bed when it doesn't suit you. It's just not fair on the child. They don't understand your rhyme and reasoning. You can't say, yes, it's fine after 5 a.m. What does that mean to a child? How is that relevant at all to a child? You know, if you think, oh, after 5, I don't really care, the night's mostly done, then the child thinks, green light, I can sleep in your bed, which means I can sleep in your bed anytime. And they're well within their rights to think that, because that's as far as their logic goes, and that's the message you're giving. The message you're giving is that it is possible. It is an option. You're just placing conditions around that option. But they aren't wired yet, and we shouldn't expect them to understand those conditions when they're young. So, especially with the babies and toddlers. So in which case, it's far kinder on the child to give them a clear yes or no. It's either a place they can go or a place they're not allowed to sleep. Simple as that. If you need to be with your child, if they're not well, or there's an added reason why for not an extended period of time, but just as a one-off or a scenario where you feel like, no, I do really need to be by their side, a bad dream even or something, go to them. Go to their sleep space, go sit beside them, sit comfortably or even half lay or whatever. I wouldn't advise getting into bed with them, because then they're going to expect that all the time, but just be with them in their room, by the side of the cot or by the side of their bed. You know, even if you have an arm in there or whatever, it's the next closest thing. You're not co-sleeping, but you're being with them, you're offering reassurance for a bit. And sure, it takes a bit more effort, it's a little more strenuous on your part, but if you're committed to this, then that's only temporary, and you can go back to your bed without muddying the water or confusing your child. So you've got to be fair on them, you've got to have clear rules and boundaries. And if you change what you're doing, so for instance, if you've been co-sleeping and you've now decided that it's not working out for you as a family, it's not the best for you, and actually the other way and having your own sleep space is a better option for you, then that's fine. And if you make that change, stick to it. Don't go back. Just because you have a tough night and your child's begging to come in your bed, if you then go, oh, well, okay then, oh, but just tonight, backtracking. You've got to just draw a line in the sand and go, no, this is what we're doing now, and stick to your guns. Children do thrive on clear rules, and you being very clear and standing your ground. They actually have more of a secure attachment when they know where they stand. So don't waver, give them solidarity, and they'll know where they stand. Yes, it's hard at first, and you can do it kindly, but nevertheless, you got to stick to your guns on that one. No going back. And my fifth and final tip for you to figure out whether co-sleeping is right for you or not is to do it guilt-free. Whatever it is you decide, whatever you decide is right for you, is right for you. Don't let any outside sources tell you that that's not right, because you and your best friend might make completely different decisions and have completely different reasons, and that makes neither one of you right or wrong. It's what's right for you. And every family dynamic is different. These 5 tips will hopefully help you decide what's right for you and what's not, but it's what's right for you as a family. So please don't think, oh, I feel like such a bad mum. I always send my 3-year-old back to bed and I am very firm about it, and my friend is just always cuddling hers up in bed, and oh, am I being a meanie and feel guilty? Or the other way around, oh, my friend's got such a good routine and their child sleeps so beautifully in her own bed, and I'm, selfishly cuddling mine up all night long when maybe they would do better in their own space. You could see it from all different angles. It's what's right for you. So work out what's right for you. Hopefully these 5 steps will get you to the answer, but then do it guilt-free. Enjoy what you're doing and take ownership of that decision you've made, and just enjoy.